I hope you're having another fantastic day. So we're going to continue working on our Starry Night Study. Today we're going to work on the sky and that big tree that you see off to the side. We'll talk about how to make it look like things are moving and glowing. All right, gather your supplies and let's get started. Okay, so I have my paper here from last time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the things in the sky for our picture and the object that we're going to be putting over here. So I'm going to start with the moon, and on the same side I put my house as I'm going to put my moon. And I like to outline my moon with a nice orange or red, and I'm going to start off drawing almost like a circle, but before I go all the way around I'm going to stop. And this is what we call a crescent moon, and you just start in the same place and draw a smaller curved line right in there. Now, you have the choice of coloring this in with a lighter. Notice I'm using warm colors in the sky right now. Last week I used mostly cool colors, and it's kind of nice if those colors mix a little bit. And to really make this look like it's glowing, sometimes what I do is I take my white crayon and I go around the moon just a little bit. Put a nice little white outline around there. Sometimes I'll even finish my circle with that. Now, we also need some stars in the sky, and so I do kind of the same thing. I start off with an orange, and I'm going to put just dots for that. At least 4 or 5. If you feel like doing more, that is up to you. I am going to then use my yellow. Outline it with the yellow. And then the white, so that it looks like it's glowing. Now at this point, I'm going to look at Van Gogh's picture, and I notice that he has the whole sky is filled with a lot of movement of broken lines. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these warm colors still, the yellow and the orange, and there's lots of different oranges that you can use. If you want a little red in there, you can too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline, but instead of using a solid line, I'm going to make broken lines going around each of my stars in a circle. So remember, broken line means that it's a circle, but it's broken into small, short segments. And go around each one at least 3 times. If you want to do more, you can. You could, if you're tired of using one color, you can switch to one of the other warm colors. You may even, if you want to, use white. I think I'm just going to do orange around this one. At this point, you also need to do some of these lines around your moon. I think I'm going to do yellow on this one too. Now there's this empty space inside, so I'm just going to make some broken lines in there to fill. I'm going to go around my moon 3 times, or 4. It's a little bigger, so I might do 4. Oops, I forgot this star. Now that I have that done, I am going to do some white for sure around some of these a couple times. But not all of them. I'm just going to pick a couple. Maybe my moon. Kind of makes it feel like it's glowing. And I think I'm also going to try to create a broken line, a spiral with a broken line. So I've got a little room right here. This is a good spot. So I start off like I'm going to do a circle, but then I just keep getting bigger and bigger. And maybe I'll just let that kind of wander off over to the moon. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that same kind of spiral and make a couple broken lines so it looks a little thicker. One more time. Now once you have that, if you feel like you need white broken lines anywhere else in your sky, I noticed Van Gogh had kind of some white broken lines down here by his background, so maybe I'll add a few of those. And then I'm going to use some cool colors, so some purples, some blues to finish my sky. And I'm going to add some broken lines. You can go around your stars and your moon, just like you were doing. You can do around the spiral. Be careful though, if you start to run into other lines, try not to draw on top of them. Kind of just let them be in their own space. I'll show you what mine looks like when I'm all done. Okay, so now that I have this done, I have the sky filled with my broken lines, and you can decide how many broken lines you really want to use. That I'll leave up to you. I want you to use a dark color paper, either a brown or a black would be great. And what we're going to be creating here is the tree. And it might look a little bit different to you because our trees around here don't look this way. But this, I believe, is a cypress tree. And they're long and thin trees. And here's what we're going to do to make that. I'm going to use a white crayon just so you can see what I'm doing better. I'm going to start at the top. My goal is to try to make this look like it's swaying in the wind. So I'm going to use a little bit of a curved line, go all the way to the bottom, start at the top, start in the same place again, and this time just kind of let your lines spread apart a little bit. I have some room on the side, so I'm going to create some more, but these I might make shorter. Just go over and touch your big part of the tree, and then go all the way down to the bottom. Do the same over here. You can really decide how you want your tree to go. Now you can use green or brown to fill this with broken lines. You can even use white. Experiment with color. You decide what colors would look best for your tree, but fill this with broken lines. And then once you have yours all filled with lots of broken lines, you can take your scissors, cut this out, try to keep it all in one piece. Remember your scissors safety. Cut that piece off. Sometimes I like to just cut down on one side. Now once you have this cut out, and this empty place over here is where I'm going to put mine. You want to make sure it goes right to the bottom of your paper. Just use a little bit of glue. And make sure you give it a little rub. If you need to trim some off because it's blocking something you really like, you can certainly do that. But right now I think this looks like it's a finished one. So if you're finished with your Starry Night Study, I would like you to take a picture of and put it on Seesaw if you're at home, and also Artsonia. Remember, if you're at school, you're going to do Artsonia for sure. So I can't wait to see what you've made today. And until next time, stay creative. Have an awesome day. Bye.